everybody, and welcome back to Minecraft Survival with Fix. Yeah, everything's so different. Look, I'm doing the old F5 intro screen. We're old school, baby. So this is what I did. I worked here on the moon a little bit, starting to lay out this area. Now, I have a long-term plan. Should I tell you? Should I tell you the secret lore long-term plan? The long-term plan is going to be that we're going to be building a space elevator, which is a concept I've always been super interested in. And it's going to go from, well, the planet, which is, let's just pretend it's up there, to here. And there's going to be, we'll build the same thing on both sides, basically. And that's going to be the way to get to the moon, not this like clunky vanilla ender portal. Oh, don't mind my chickens. I'm just getting ready to kill them very soon, but I'll do that off camera because, well, I'm gonna summon the wither and get a bunch of wither roses. That's actually what I need. I need wither roses, nothing else. But why not take another nether star while I'm at it? So the last episode, we opened up all of these ports, and if you look around, there are a full 20 of them, and it's absolutely fantastic. Now, this particular spawn, this particular seed, is an absolutely amazing spawn seed. However, the end leaves a little bit to be desired. In fact, actually, I have mined a lot. This thing, this portal right here, this block right here with the noisy chickens underneath, it's not in a great location. It's down about 4 blocks lower than most of the landscape around it, and that is really a drag for my plans for the moon base. Now, I don't really flatten territory anymore like I used to back in the olden days. However, I do want to build a big giant sci-fi moon base here, and I want to have it absolutely sprawling and huge. And to do that, I want to have this main central area for the space elevator. There's going to be one going up and one coming down. Probably, let me show you, probably the one coming down might be over here, so this way you land sort of like where you spawn in on the end, and then we'll have like a walkway that goes over here, and this is maybe how you go up. I don't know. We'll work that out later because that's not coming for quite a while, because the storyline isn't going to dictate that the people of Fixtopia, the people of New Hope and Steelport and all the other kingdoms, they're not going to moon access themselves for quite a long time. The one building this moon base, yeah, that's going to be all Hank. Hank's going to be up here all by himself doing it. Now, he is an android cyborg situation who has somehow survived millions of years floating in space. That's going to be a storyline element as well, but right now he's working up here all by himself. He doesn't need oxygen anymore or food or anything like that. He is fully nano-cybernetic type of fellow, so he can work around the clock. So that's how we're going to sort of justify that he can do all of this completely all by himself. All right, well, let me get to work. I do want to clear a little bit more of this land, and then we'll actually get building for today's episode. Yeah, I may have a problem. I'm trying to do the wither thing here, but I literally cannot get him set down because these guys are so, like, right up in my grill. So, yeah, let's see. Okay, maybe this will do. Oh, man, they're so fast. Oh, boy. Okay, that'll do it. That'll do it. All right, good luck. Good luck, ducks. Oh, man, I feel kind of bad. Look away if you're squeamish. This is going to get a little bit ugly right about now. Yeah, right about now. Is it killing them? I don't see any of them being dead. Why is that? Why are they not being dead? Oh, man, it's probably very loud. Yeah, I'm pretty confident that that's exactly how I did this last time. So I wonder if maybe that particular mechanic has been maybe patched out, because I'm sure that that's exactly what I did last time to get some wither roses, and I got literally none. The wither wasn't doing any damage, but I was sure that and oh, I know what it was. I have to have these guys down to like a half heart so the initial explosion gets them. Oh, that's it. All right, I gotta breathe them up. Oh, man, I forgot all about that. Well, after that mistake, now I'm back here at my wither skeleton farm, still with oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you. I have, what's it called? Night vision. So I put a command block, and this may be a controversial decision. I did this in my bedrock world, and I really like the result. And what I did, oh, look at these guys not dying. Why? Why are they doing that? That's so annoying. I slightly redesigned this farm thinking that I was all smart and about it, and turns out that not really, because somehow they get over. I'd show you, but I think these guys will see me. Anyway, yeah, I need these wither roses, so I redesigned it, and somehow they get caught over there. Whatever, I'll just deal with the few that don't get caught. Anyway, the point is I put a command block under the end because I want to be able to see, and I can see fine playing personally, but I know that the end doesn't play well on YouTube. I know it doesn't. I've done quite a bit of building in the end. And so I put a block that just gives you brightness all the time, and that's exclusively just for YouTube. So I hope that's cool with you. It's going to make you all see better, which is important, and I hope it'll just improve basically the quality of the video. So I'm going to get 3 wither skeletons, although they seem to not be spawning at this exact moment. I'm going to get 3 wither skeleton skulls and then come back and see what we can do. Oh, look at all these dudes just standing there waiting for me to kill them. Well, let's see if this works now. I think it will. There's a splash potion of poison. Okay, poison myself, so great. Okay, we'll throw this one over there and this one over here. Make sure they all get it. Hopefully everything has poison. And then, unfortunately, I'm going to have to do a little bit of punch here and get these guys out of the way. Dudes? Oh, boy. Okay. Now let's do it. I can't really... Everything should be damaged pretty well. Where's the other head? Where's the other head? Oh, it's right. It's still in my inventory. Okay, here. Come on. Ducks. Oh man, they're look what they're doing. Look what they're doing right now. I can't even punch them right now because they're all down to like half a heart of health. Why? Why are they all right there? Okay, fine. Everybody, come on over here. Oh, I can't even move. I can't even move right now. Oh, geez. I just heard a duck. I just heard another duck. All right, come on over here, you dumb big jerks. Over this way. Ready? Okay, we're gonna put this here. I'm gonna put this in my offhand for right now, and then actually take it out of my offhand because I don't want them to follow me in just a second here. So let's go quickly. Boom, boom. Oh no, I did it wrong. Oh shoot, I'm killing ducks. I'm killing ducks all over the place. Oh man, this is bad. This is all going horribly. Okay, that took a long time, but I think I got it. Let's see if I get wither roses. Please give me wither roses and a lot of them. I don't even care if ducks escape. Okay, I did. I got some. Nice. I'm headed back out to the wither skeleton farm to fill in the wither roses that I took, because otherwise, if I don't, then if I'm ever there, blazes can totally spawn there and they could kill me, and I don't want that to happen. So yeah, so I'm on the way here, but in the meanwhile, I grabbed a little bit of packed ice and I'm going to fill in some of these gas holes that gas were so okay, that was not my silk touch pickaxe. Anyway, I'm gonna fill in these gas holes that gas were so kind to leave me, and also there's like a couple places that are down to 1 lane, like one row. So I'm gonna go and fill that in too. I think I have 2 stacks. That's probably enough. At some point, seriously, for real, I need to mob proof this, because it is really annoying when you're taking your boat and you just keep smashing into like either zombie piglin or enderman or whatever. It's so annoying. Maybe next episode. I know I said maybe next episode, like last episode, and maybe even the episode before that, but for real, soon we got to get in here and work on this nether tunnel. It is terrible. I returned back to New Hope after actually going to the wrong place a couple different times because I cannot remember. Do you ever do that thing where you walk into the kitchen and then you look around and you have no idea why you were in the kitchen in the first place? Yeah, I do that in Minecraft in my kitchen all the time. I just have no idea why I went to a certain place. And yeah, I have gone to several different towns looking for pumpkins and not really thinking about where they are. But now I know, and now I remember, and this is what I want, because I've done another small texture change. You know, let me show you in a creative world. I'll show you the little texture change. If you have been a fan of the Bedrock series from BA4 from a long time ago, then you may recognize it. So this is my flat world that I use for cinematics for the most part. Like you may recognize this little room from if you saw the 100 Days in the Moon video, that's the set for that, or the asteroid. So I changed Jacko Lanterns and I made it this. I've done this before in packs, both in Vast and this. And you can see if I turn on, excuse me, a shader, you can see, yeah, it's nice and illuminated and everything like that. This is actually a sea lantern that's just been desaturated. I think Jermsyboy did it for me many years ago at this point. But yeah, I decided the Jacko Lantern, it's kind of an unusable texture in my opinion. Like there is not a case where I would ever use the Jacko Lantern for a light source. And when you're in space, you know, you can't use torches or really lanterns. So you're stuck with either end rods, maybe the new frog lights, maybe, but I'm kind of using those in the Avon Kingdom. I'd like to keep that kind of separate. So I decided to use this instead of using sea lanterns, since I use a lot of sea lanterns in the arcane reception coil. So yeah, it's in the texture pack if you want to grab it. I think it's kind of cool. I think it adds a lot to the world.
Watching, the religion of the Avon seems to be based on fours. 4 leaders in a row, then a reset. But it goes further than just that. They have divided up their entire society into 4 sects as well. The warriors of the Avon. These are the guts of the society. Every firstborn child is, drafted into the warrior sect for life. They leave their parents' house in their 16th year, or 4th yop, which is a collection of 4 consecutive years. The growers are the next largest sect, and live in 4 family tribes out in nature. Each of these families are responsible for a different crop, and work together to store, transport, and sell as a group. The other 2 sects are the Gothos, who include the leadership and merchants, and the Quavos, the religious sect. There is a lot to discuss for them in a future update.
I planted some spruce trees just so I have access to wood here, and I just had to run back yet again and get some water so I could bring in some water streams here and, yeah, you know, do the thing. Wait a second. Oh, it's that replace thing. It's the replace thing that's kind of messing me up here. Oh man, I almost blew it. There we go. Okay. Anyway, like I was saying, yeah, I'm gonna plant a ton of pumpkins because this kingdom, this space station, is going to be my major Jacko Lantern farm. And the best way I've found to do this, honestly, is probably just a manual shearing thing. I know you can do automated ones, and maybe I will. Maybe that'll be part of later on. But right now, I don't mind. Man, these guys just walking in water. It's weird. I don't mind sort of doing it manual style, just for now, at least, just so I can get a whole bunch of lights, because I plan on using a ton of lights. See this Enderman situation that is here? I would like them to not be here anymore, but I don't want to torch spam, or I don't want to have to slab everything. What I want to do is I want to use a ton of jack-o'-lanterns as part of the build, part of the sort of aesthetic property of this moon base, this very sci-fi futuristic looking moon base, and get them the heck away, at least away from the spots that I'm working. So yeah, I'm gonna have to plant a whole bunch of jack-o'-lanterns. Now luckily I brought a bunch of pumpkins and I have my hose here, so I should be good as soon as I manage to actually get this water filled in. I added some textures to my pack because I wanted to really lean into the sci-fi thing, and I don't think that vanilla textures are really going to do it for me. And I've been thinking, oh, I want to leave this world vanilla, and then I was like, well, I don't care. I've already changed the glass pane to the medieval, so why bother with it? I found this Star Odyssey pack, which actually I've known about for some time. I kind of forgot about it, and I looked at the textures, and I was going to kind of take inspiration and do the textures, but then I looked at them and was like, why don't I just use these textures? Like, so they're really great. I may redo them, you know, in my own sort of style, but for right now, they're good. I picked out the ones I want to use. So this is lime. So if you look here, this is lime glazed terracotta, lime terracotta, and then lime glass. I think those are going to add a lot of possibilities with those. And then over here, this is orange glazed terracotta, and these. Now, the problem is I'm not going to be able to use this orange terracotta as orange because I've used a lot of orange terracotta. So what I think I'm going to do instead is make this orange concrete, because I'm pretty sure I've never used orange concrete. And same thing over here with this lime terracotta. I'm going to make that lime concrete because yeah, I've never used any concrete in my world. I've used quite a bit of terracotta in like the medieval building and stuff. This is trap chest. I'm pretty sure I've never used a trap chest before, so this is going to be great for the sci-fi and even the industrial area, possibly maybe just a chest that isn't that wooden chest that I think would take you out. This is purple. I've certainly never used purple before, so that's going to be really great, and that's actually found in the end, so that's really cool. And then this is their observer block, which I had already an observer block that was different in my pack, but I really like this one a lot better, so I went ahead and just snagged that texture as well. So like I say, I didn't make this, so I'm not really distributing this pack or anything, so I'm going to include it. But if you want to find the Star Odyssey pack, it's pretty easy to find if you Google it. So okay, so now I'm going to make these 2 changes, put these as concrete, and then I think we should be ready to get building. Back here on the moon, I've started the layout of my storage building. This is where I think I want to put it, which is actually sort of where you come in on, because this, I think, is going to be where the elevator, the space elevator, drops you off. So I think the space elevator is probably going to drop you off here or near that obsidian platform, so it's kind of where you normally would be. This ender is eventually going to be removed and made into some sort of sci-fi version of an ender, and then you're going to walk up this way, and I thought, well, the storage building seems like the best possible place to put it would be right off the main path, also headed towards over here. I haven't yet decided if these obsidian pillars are going to go or be like built around. I'm pretty sure they're going to go, though. I think I'm gonna have to tear them down just to really get the full sort of impact of what I'm trying to do here. So, yeah, the next thing is I'm gonna have to make a ton of trap chests and put these in here and then light this place up. I'm kind of waiting for my pumpkins over there to grow, which they have not at all yet. And I'm going to need a lot of wood, so I'm going to go ahead and let all that spruce grow as well, because I'm going to need a ton of trap chests. So, in the meantime, I'll do some building, and while I'm waiting, I'm just going to do some land clearing here too, because I don't want to flatten this, but I want to bring at least the land around this big platform down to the level of that platform. So, I have a lot of work to do. I'm going to go do that. Hopefully, it won't take too long, and then we're going to check out these trap chests. You know, as long as I've been playing Minecraft, I have never harvested purple ever before, and so I don't really know how. Like, I don't know. Can you replant this? Is this the block that you replant? No, it seems like not. So I have to make like popped chorus fruit, but I don't. How do you plant it? I don't really know how. Like, it seems like I'm only getting the pop chorus fruit from this, or the regular chorus fruit, and then I think I have to maybe cook it to actually make purple, because I don't think this will make it. Yeah, that doesn't do anything. So how do I actually do I need like silk touch maybe? Let's see, this is silk touch. No, I don't seem to have gotten anything different than I did before. I don't know how to plant this. Do I have to maybe cook this up? I don't know. I figured out how to get a couple seeds. So yeah, you got to break the seeds manually, and I think this should be a way to get more seeds. I hope so. Anyway, the downside is that you do have to smelt them up to actually make the purple blocks, and that's okay. I just don't really have the means to do that. Luckily, I have a ton of coal. Like, a ton of coal exists in my world. Now, as far as the build goes over here, I am going to come out one. I'm using these giant straight area things here, and then I'm going to be using purple blocks sort of on the corners and as frames and things like that I think should look really cool. However, I don't have any purple blocks yet, and I know I could go tear down the End City, but honestly, I don't mind waiting. I have so much landscaping to do in this project that it's going to take me a while anyway, so not really a big deal. The other thing I need to wait for is Jacko Lantern. I need a lot of pumpkins to grow too, which actually means I need more coal. So I need to go get more coal, a lot of it, probably like a whole inventory or two of coal, and bring it out to the end. I'm very excited about getting into this real, like, true, pure sci-fi sort of build, even more so than I did in my Bedrock world. So I think we're going to be able to go really all in on this moon base, and I think it's going to be really, really, really fun, even though I'm not using shaders. And that does bum me out a little bit, because honestly, in the Bedrock world, at that time that I was building the moon base, I was using RTX, and RTX is absolutely amazing. It makes the glow of, like, Jack-o'-lanterns or pumpkins, it makes it so, so, so cool. It does kind of bum me out just a little bit that I don't have that capability. Unfortunately, I mean, I could use shaders here, but my frame rate has gotten bad enough in the real world, in the overworld rather, that using shaders doesn't really work for me. It kind of drops me below 60 FPS by quite a bit sometimes, and so I don't want to bounce back and forth between shaders and not shaders and whatever. So we're just going to go without, and that's okay. We'll just live without it and just do some creative building on the side. But yeah, that, if I had shaders on, that would glow so cool. Oh man. Oh well. We're not going to think about it, because I'm going to get bummed out. You know, one of the things I always try to do is build the actual sets for any of the lore segments within the world, just to help the lore and the world building and the just general feel of everything, to have everything actually really exist. And one of the things that I need right now for episode 4, which is already aired, is I need an area where Dr. Pickett is working on Mr. Grady, because Mr. Grady's been infected or something with the zombie arm. There's a little bit of a mystery there that's going to play out over time, and I need him to be here in the ancient city. So I need to actually build an office for Dr. Pickett over here somewhere in the ancient city and figure out exactly where he can sort of be holed up. I don't really have a great place. I wonder if there's anything up top. I do have stairs. I don't know what it's been so long, I don't remember what I have up here. Oh, this looks like a perfect place. Okay, so this will be maybe Dr. Pickett's office up here. This seems like a good place. And then what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to build maybe a little bit of a like a bed sort of area here where I can animate Mr. Grady laying on it as he gets sort of healed or at least worked on by the doctor. Let's see what I can come up with. It's very, very simple, but I think it kind of works. There's kind of a bed there. I honestly, I would have put trapdoors on sort of the bed area, but I don't have any wood here. This is the problem. This is something I do that is really annoying that I'm going to stop doing is every time I leave a kingdom, I generally like get all my stuff and take it with me, and I don't want to do that. Like, so I have no wood at all here, and I kind of don't feel like just going to get wood just for this little thing. So it's going to be fine for that little lore segment, but yeah, it's just a little sort of, well, it's like a doctor's office, but they had to sort of put him behind bars just to make sure that he won't, you know, go crazy or attack, because they don't really know what's going on with him. So yeah, so that's gonna be for Mr. Grady, and that'll be for the lore segment that you saw actually last episode. Yeah, it's cool. All right, back to work. I'm working on filling in the rest of this little storage building now that I'm back in the end, and I thought that this would be a great time to mention what I'm doing for as far as fitness, as far as losing weight, my progress report, and all that kind of stuff. If you want to skip on ahead, feel free, but, you know, I know that it's something I've been talking about quite a bit, and that is one of the reasons why I've sort of changed the series around is to just sort of talk about my life, things I'm doing, all that kind of stuff. And one thing that has been a major focus is my weight and general health. As you know, if you've been around the channel for a while, I may not be a spring chicken anymore, unfortunately. So I need to take my health into pretty serious consideration and make good choices and all that kind of stuff. Well, so first thing is first, what am I doing for my exercise? Is I'm walking every day, and we have a treadmill, and I walk with a fairly steep, a fairly aggressive incline. It goes up to, I believe it's 12%. I think it's a percentage, and I go anywhere between 6 and 10 right now. I'm kind of working up to the highest percentage, but for right now, I feel pretty good about it. It is pretty extreme whenever I'm walking about 3 or 3.2 at that incline for me for now, but I've worked up to it, and I'm going to continue pushing that. The other days, I am doing just a very, very simple lifting routine, and I'm a big fan of sort of the big lifts, if you will. So I am doing bench press and pull-ups, and I was going to do squats, but honestly, my back is in such shape that instead of do squats or deadlifts, I'm doing trap bar deadlifts. If you don't know what that is, don't even worry about it. Trap bar, it's kind of like a hybrid between deadlifts and squats. And so that's what basically I'm doing. Hey, look, one of these guys grew. So I think I can break this, right? Yeah, I think so. Oh, no, it just came back. It just, oh no, but that's, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how this works. I need these guys to grow. Anyway, I mean, none of this stuff has grown. There may be because there's no light, possibly. Yeah, this might need light. Maybe that's why it's not growing. All right, let's get some light. Anyway, so the big thing about my lifting routine, because as you know, I used to be in pretty great shape way back in the day, and it's been some time. But one of the things that I'm a big believer in is timing your rest and trying to go progressive weight as long as you possibly can. And as long as I possibly can is going to be, I'm just going to milk it for as, you know, weeks or months or even years if I possibly can. So what that means is you go only up tiny little bit. You don't go right for your max, right? So whenever I started bench pressing, I started with just the bar because it has been some years since I have last bench pressed. So I started with just the bar, and then I added 5 pounds per workout, and I'm doing a 5x5 routine. That means 5 reps, 5 lifts, and then I rest exactly 60 seconds. No more and no less. And the reason why it's exact is because as you get into heavier and heavier lifts, you need to know if you're getting stronger or if you're just resting longer. So I time my rest with this little app called JFit, Jefit, which is a great cell phone app. And I time my rest, and that way every time I go in for a set, I know exactly like, oh, that was really hard. I know that I didn't just take a short rest. I know that it's basically progressive the whole way through, and hopefully that, you know, I'm going to get stronger and stronger and in better shape as we go. Pull-ups, same deal. I'm doing 5x5 there. And for the hex bar deadlifts, I'm doing 3 sets after my warm-up sets of each lift. So I feel really good about it. I feel like I'm in a really good place and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, I'm just going to keep on going with that. My overall weight loss has been pretty good. I think I started about 268 or 270. I think 270 was my very highest, and I'm down to, my last weigh-in was 230. So I'm down 40 pounds and feeling pretty good over some months, a few months, and I'm hoping to get down to, I don't know, like 200 would be a nice temporary target before I start to get really cut, I hope, into the high 180s would be a nice sort of place for me to go, because I am 6'2", which is tallish, you know, not the tallest person ever, but fairly tall. Anyway, yeah, so 4 minutes of Fix's health and weight loss thing. But I'm doing it. I'm staying strong. I'm doing the thing. I'm pretty motivated to keep going as long as I can. So, I'll update periodically on how that's going. If you're working out, you gotta let me know and tell me, especially January 1st, right? Everyone's starting, right? Everyone's starting fresh January 1st. So let me know what your particular getting fit or weight loss or weightlifting routine is going to be. All right. I'd love to hear that in the comments. Oh man, this is so cool. Oh, I love having these chests. These are really, really awesome. In fact, I'm looking forward to getting into this real sci-fi sort of build as well. I think the trap chests are going to be super cool. And, we still have the oh, geez. Oh, here we go. It's on. I just accidentally hit that dude because I was clicking. Oh boy. Okay. I'll be back. Well, I've done a little bit more work here, and I have a little bit of a sugarcane farm. The reason being that I'm kind of running out of rockets pretty quickly because I fly everywhere because I'm just too impatient to actually walk. You may hear my kids screaming in the background. They're playing some Switch upstairs, and it's a very, very aggressive game of, what are they playing? Mario Kart 8, I think, right now? Maybe Lego Supervillains. I'm not sure which one. They switch back every 5 minutes or so. Anyway, I have one more thing that I want to do left in this episode. One thing that I'm not sure what is going on is this area right here. Like I don't know. I don't really know what is up with this. Like is this gonna, like when I break this and I put it down, it's a different, I don't know. I don't understand why this isn't growing. I need to get more. What if I even break, what am I getting? What is this? This is a chorus flower. So I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know. If I break this, that's a chorus flower. What if I break this? What am I going to get? I'm going to get a pop thing. So, yeah, I still don't really know what I'm... I still don't really know what I'm getting. Anyway, I don't know how to run that thing. That's kind of weird. So the other thing I'm doing is I'm doing this, and I want to expand this. And the reason why I'm kind of waiting is because I want to get enough Jacko Lanterns to actually make a roof that is all light. That way these things are lit up, and I want to go up quite a bit. This is going to be my major Jacko Lantern farm for not just the kingdom, but the entire universe. The entire planet is going to be all this Jacko Lantern farm. So I really want to make sure that I have enough that anytime I want Jacko Lanterns, there are like multiple tiers. So I might go up like maybe 8 tiers of this, and just the same sort of deal. I find that this is the fastest rather than do an automatic one, because if you do an automatic one, then what you have to do is basically you have to plant them, you have to place them down on the ground, and then either shear them or use like a dispenser to shear them or something. And I find it's just as fast to kind of do it this way, especially if you imagine once I get 64 like in a row, obviously not as much whenever I get one out of every 5 or 6, but once I get like a full row of this planted, it's going to be pretty quick. So I just need this to grow, and then once I get what would it be 6400, once I get 128 of these, then I'm going to make 2 streaks of light and then basically just do another layer. I'm just going to keep on going, but yeah, I'm a long way off of that because as you see I only have like 37 and that's not that many. The other thing this is going to be used for is it's going to be used in tandem with a watermelon farm, a cactus farm. Yeah, a cactus farm, because the cactus farm is going to be where I make bone meal from. Oh, darn it all. I don't have... I have to go get a hoe. And yeah, so I'm going to be getting a lot of bone meal because I do plan on using a lot of either white concrete powder, white concrete, white terracotta, all that kind of stuff because, moon base, white, it just feels like that's the right sort of vibe to fit in with. So yeah, I think it's going to work out really well, but I do need a really good bone meal farm in addition to the big mob grinder I have. But I'd like to have a good, solid, automated with cactus, melon, whatever else, bone meal farm. So that'd be cool. Let's get to the question or comment of the day. In a rarity, I'm actually going to do 2 question and comments of the day because I have a quick question that I can answer really fast and then a little bit more in depth. And the first is from Castro. Take your time. My own question is, how do I download your jazz albums? So if you don't know, I'm a jazz musician and I have done 2 albums. One is completely original material. The other are kind of just solo trumpet and piano jazz covers. So I made those available for free for any paid subscribers. That means Patreon any level, YouTube member any level. If I ever do Twitch again, Twitch and so on, you know what I mean. And anyone who gives a couple bucks to the channel on a monthly basis in any way can get these. And the way you download is go onto Discord, make sure you have the rank, and to get the rank you can make sure your YouTube is connected to your Discord. All that stuff's on my Discord. If you just click the link down below and join that, that'll be pretty self-explanatory. And then there's a downloads section for members, and all the links are right there. They're just in a Dropbox. You can just grab them. They're just MP3s, and check them out. I think it's fun. You know, I think if you like jazz at all, if you're kind of interested in that kind of stuff, I think you'll like it. But the other question is from Cody A. I rarely comment, but best wishes finding a balance. The amount of time you've invested in your channel is monumental. I think your storytelling would be better served in creative mode, though. It's incredible what you've accomplished in survival, but it's so time consuming. You know, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. But the reality is, I love playing survival mode. And yeah, you're right. There's a channel that I really like, a friend, Leonard, who does an amazing creative sort of world in Kingdoms of Galkin. And I'm always inspired by that, and it's creative. And there's always part of me that's like, oh man, I'd love to do creative mode. And I would love to do it, but I don't think I would find it rewarding. Like, I embrace and love the grind. I love going and getting every block that I'm placing. And I love the feeling of satisfaction of whenever I'm done with a big build, I can look and say, hey, you know what? I placed every one of those blocks in survival. I earned all those blocks. And that to me makes the game a lot more enjoyable. I think if I were just using creative mode, honestly, I think I would just sort of lose the spark, because then it would become less of a game and just a canvas. And I do appreciate and enjoy the game part of it. Is it grindy sometimes? Yeah, it really, really is sometimes, especially with the size of the projects that I take on. But it's how I find my enjoyment and the way I want to keep going, for sure. So it's a great comment and great question, and you're not wrong. I would be able to get a lot more done in creative, but it's just not a joy. It's not something I would find to be a really artistic, passionate joy of mine. I think I would probably end up just stopping after not very long, to be honest. I've tried a couple creative series on the channel before, and I cannot keep up with them because I don't find any fulfillment with doing it, if that makes sense. Anyway, yeah, great comment. I'm going to finish this up, and then we'll take a look at what we've accomplished so far. I think it's on the way to being a very, very cool kingdom. That's going to do it for me. If you notice, the last couple episodes have not had an epilogue, and they're probably not going to have one for a little while I try to sort out this new format a little bit. But they'll be back one day. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you all next time.